A common refrain we hear from rapturists is to point out the people coming to Jesus because of their channels. How can they be so bad if they help people find Jesus? But as we've discussed before, Jesus is an afterthought in rapturism. His primary value in the ideology is simply to make the rapture happen. And then all the watchman has to do is spend 30 seconds vaguely telling people to ask Jesus for forgiveness, and then they can spend an hour on the latest rapture theory, and their fans will be sure to tell the rest of us that they preach the gospel. The nature and divinity of Jesus are not important topics. The composition of the church body is not important. Personal spiritual growth is not important. Based on Watchman channels, Christianity seems to be praying to a guy named Jesus to get your rapture ticket, and then spending your days hearing fantastical prophecies that are confirmed by songs on the radio. Newcomers are led to believe that this is totally normal, and they too can immediately get in the game. Before they've even read the Bible, they're having elaborate conversations with Jesus, often leading to delusions of being an important apocalyptic figure. The audience tolerates these unhealthy delusions for another shot of rapture hopium. This is the climate that created Andrea Zabinski. Andrea was an unbeliever who got spooked by the plague of 2020. She became convinced it was the end of the world, and she threw herself into rapturism. Her beginner Bible study was to have a prophetic dream and look up the number in Strong's. Yes, that is how Andrea learned to be a Christian. It took a whole year for her to start teaching. In this live stream from 2022, Andrea was baffled that experienced Christians who knew the Bible had no interest in following her. Instead of thinking there might be good reason the entire body of mature saints didn't believe her, Andrea concluded that they were all lukewarm and she was part of an elite remnant. 2 failed rapture dates later, she still carries on with her tomfoolery, thinking this is normal Christianity. Well, folks, there's another new convert who is just a few steps behind Andrea. Although he's newer on the rapture scene, he's more likable and more media savvy than Andrea, so his audience is already over twice the size of hers. That's gotta sting. Anyway, his name is Cary. He was a secular musician who used his YouTube channel to promote his live shows. Yeah. Suddenly, one day out of nowhere, he posted this. Evan said he met Jesus in November last year, and by January, he was qualified to teach on the rapture. His ministry already had a PayPal link and everything. Normal people might have some reservations about giving money to a self-promoter who got saved 5 minutes ago, but rapturists are not normal people. That video got 12,000 likes. Soon he was teaching that secular rock songs are secret comms about Jesus. A few days after that, he had his first confirmation experience at a local market where he went to buy beer. True story. Then he started hearing the messages almost daily, and before long, he was already hearing rebukes from the Lord about other rapturists who disagree with him.
Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you today because Jesus Christ has asked me to make a video. So this video is about a YouTuber named Narrow Road 79K. I think her name is Angela or something like that. Here, I will raise my right hand to God the Father in the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. I hereby swear Jesus Christ does not know this woman. I'll repeat that. If you don't understand what that means, this woman is not saved. Angela, Narrow Road, whatever your name is, salvation is for you too. You too can have the precious gift of salvation, but you do not have it. You do not know Jesus Christ personally, and you are not saved. And yes, Jesus Christ of Nazareth ordered me to make this video.
In less than 6 months, this guy went from finding Jesus to rebuking other prophets. Oh, and by the way, he is also the prophet Elijah or something.
Again, the short of it is that God called me Elijah. There was tons of prophetic confirmations even before it occurred. I didn't know I was Elijah until about 2 weeks ago. I have important stuff to do. The Lord is ordering me to do stuff 24/7 right now. So if you're too...
By April, he was railing on the lukewarm church. By May, he was teaching on spiritual maturity. And by June, he was teaching on the satanic agenda. In any other context, this man would be a clown with no audience. But thousands of rapturists are perfectly happy to watch him because he talks about the rapture. They don't care that his delusional self-importance is dangerous. They don't care that he's playing with fire to openly pronounce another believer isn't saved. They don't care that he's still as worldly as the day is long. Evan Cary will self-destruct like so many amateur prophets before him, and the rapturist vampires will simply move on to other prey. They created him, they will consume him, and the beat goes on.